In the heart of Kensington Palace blooms a garden of remembrance, a sea of delicate blue forget-me-nots, whispering the memory of a princess loved around the world. Today we uncover the story behind the flower that symbolized compassion, elegance, and eternal memory. The same flower Princess Diana held close to her heart. From medieval folklore to Victorian symbolism, and all the way to Diana's white garden, discover the surprising history, beauty, and legacy of the forget-me-not. This is Flowers of Fame, where we explore the blossoms cherished by the world's most iconic figures. Don't forget to subscribe, and now, let's step into the garden. Princess Diana's forget-me-nots. They are small sky blue blossoms you could easily pass by without noticing. But the forget-me-not is no ordinary flower. Across centuries, it has carried stories of love, loyalty, and remembrance. And for Princess Diana, the people's princess, this humble flower became a living emblem of her compassion, her scandals, and her unforgettable legacy. The flower's beginnings. The story of the forget-me-not begins long before Diana's lifetime. In medieval Germany, legend tells of a knight who picked the flowers for his beloved. As he bent by the riverbank, his armor dragged him under. With his last breath, he threw her the flowers and cried out, "Vergiss mich nicht," forget me not. From then on, the little blue blossom carried the weight of memory and undying love. By the 1400s, forget-me-nots appeared in manuscripts and poems across England. In Victorian times, when flowers spoke their own secret language, the forget-me-not symbolized devotion and remembrance. People pressed them into letters, exchanged them as tokens before soldiers left for war, and planted them in memorial gardens. It was always the flower of remembrance. Princess Diana. The people's princess centuries later, this same symbolism took root in the life of Princess Diana. Diana Frances Spencer married Prince Charles in 1981 in what the media called a fairy tale wedding. But behind palace doors, the story was more complicated. The marriage was strained, haunted by Charles's affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, and the royal institution often clashed with Diana's independence. Yet while scandals filled newspapers, Diana's public life told a different story. She became known for her humanitarian work. She was photographed shaking hands with AIDS patients at a time when fear and stigma kept most people away. She walked through minefields in Angola to raise awareness of the landmine ban treaty. She visited leprosy hospitals, children's wards, and shelters, using her global fame to shine light where others had turned away. To the public, she wasn't just a princess. She was a mother, a humanitarian, and a woman caught in a storm of fame and scrutiny. It's perhaps no surprise, then, that her favorite flower was not the glamorous orchid or the imposing rose. It was the modest, unassuming forget-me-not, a flower that asked simply to be remembered. When Princes William and Harry opened the White Garden at Kensington Palace in 2017, they filled it with forget-me-nots. For them, the blooms were not just decoration. They were living reminders of their mother's kindness and humanity. How to grow forget-me-nots. The beauty of Diana's favorite flower is that you don't need a palace to grow it. Forget-me-nots thrive in USDA zones 3 through 8, making them perfect for gardeners across North America and Europe. They love cool weather, moist soil, and partial shade. Here's how to grow your own patch of Diana's flowers. Sow seeds in early spring or fall. Simply scatter them across the soil. Water well. Keep the ground moist, especially as seedlings sprout. Thin seedlings to about 6 inches apart for airflow. Let them reseed. Forget-me-nots are biennials, but once planted, they'll return each year on their own. For sustainable gardening, enrich the soil with organic compost like Coast of Maine, and use a spoma flower tone for gentle, eco-friendly feeding. If pests appear, neem oil or safer brand insecticidal soap will keep them at bay without harming pollinators. With almost no effort, you'll have carpets of sky blue blossoms each spring. Eco-income opportunities. Forget-me-nots aren't just beautiful. They can also be profitable, blending luxury lifestyle gardening with sustainable living ventures. Seeds in packets package and sell heirloom seeds. Highly popular for weddings, memorials, and eco-friendly gifts. Pressed flower art. Create resin jewelry, bookmarks, or framed art, tied to remembrance and nostalgia. Event decor. Market them for remembrance ceremonies and weddings where symbolism adds emotional value. Memory gardens. Offer design services for themed gardens, a growing niche for families who want living tributes. This is where celebrity lifestyle inspiration meets passive income gardening. Diana's favorite flower becomes not just a story, but a way to build beauty, memory, and business. The legacy. Diana's life was filled with contradictions. A princess admired worldwide, yet hounded by paparazzi. A royal who challenged tradition, even as it threatened her place in the monarchy. A woman who endured scandal, heartbreak, and pressure, but who also reached out to those most ignored by society. Her choice of flower, the forget-me-not, was fitting. Humble yet enduring, fragile yet resilient, a bloom that carried centuries of meaning long before her, and one that continues to carry her memory long after. In every patch of forget-me-nots, we're reminded not only of knights and lovers of the past, but of a modern princess whose compassion changed how we see royalty. Sometimes the smallest flowers hold the greatest stories. If Diana's story inspired you, give this video a like. It helps this channel grow. And subscribe to Flowers of Fame for more luxury lifestyle gardening documentaries, where we uncover the flowers loved by famous figures, their hidden histories, and how you can grow them yourself for beauty, memory, and even sustainable income. Every flower tells a story. New stories bloom every day here on Flowers of Fame.